Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Siting of farm and layout of farm structures. A farm is a piece of land used for the cultivation of crops or breeding of animals. Schools also establish farms on which students receive instruction and acquire experience in agriculture. In this case, the school farm is regarded as an educational facility. And we can see the importance of the school farm in its ability to demonstrate farm practices for the students. It also provides opportunity for students to practice what they have learned in the classroom. Sale of farm products provide revenue for the students and the school. It also provides students with an opportunity to acquire knowledge and skills in agriculture. Students become familiar with the crops and animals kept in the school farm, their birth, growth, life history, reproduction, and death. Students learn to rear and handle a variety of farm animals such as goats, sheep, fowls, pigs, cattle, and rabbits. Students also become more familiar with the use of tools, equipment, and machineries present in the farm. They also serve as sources of specimens for the study of living and non-living things which are important to agriculture. Factors guiding the siting of a farm. For us to site a farm, whenever we are considering siting a farm, there are certain factors that we should consider before siting a farm. They include, we should consider the availability of land, the site of the farm, that's the location of the farm, the nature of the soil available there, the water supply, the proximity to market, that's the nearness to the market, accessibility or access to roads. We should also consider security, the topography of the land, the drainage, and also we should consider the wind. In the availability of land, the size of the farm depends on the amount of land available. The farm should be large enough for the farmer to achieve a target net income. And in the nature of the soil, the farm should be located on a loose, fertile, and well-drained soil. And in the site of the farm, the area selected should be where there has been little movement of the topsoil. An area with at least 8 cm of good topsoil is ideal. The farm should be laid out with the length running from north to south. And talking about water supply, the farm must be near a reliable source of water supply for all season growing of crops and rearing of animals. And in the proximity to market, the farm should be as near as possible to a market, because this will facilitate the disposal of produce for sale more easily than where the market is far away. And talking about the accessibility or access to road, apart from good farm roads to be constructed within the farm, good access roads to nearby towns and villages are also necessary, because this will make movement of materials into and out of the farm possible and also allow for the use of mechanized equipment and lorries for rapid transportation of farm produce. In security, as we know, security is an important factor to be considered in the location of the farm. The farm should be located in a safe place, a place free from wandering animals, or a strong metal or walled fence should be constructed around the farm to stop trespassers. The topography of the land. A flat and level land is the most suitable site for a farm. Steep lands create problems of runoff and soil erosion. If steep lands are the only soils available, then anti-erosion devices such as terracing must be adopted. Considering the drainage of the land, the site of a farm should be deep and well drained. This is because waterlogged soils are poorly aerated and will not adequately support the growth of plants. And wind-prone sites are unsuitable for the school farm. Winds cause rapid drying up of soil surfaces, leading to poor seed germination. And in some cases, planted seeds are blown out from the surface of soil. When planning a farm, there are things we should also consider aside siting the farm. In planning a farm, we should consider the size of the farm, the kinds of crops to be grown there, species of animals, manure or composting, the farm buildings, and also we should consider erosion. In the size of farm, the proportion of land to be used as a farm should not be so large that its care and maintenance becomes a burden to the farmer. It is advisable to make the farm just large enough according to the resources of the farmer. Considering the kinds of crops, the crops to be planted on the farm should be selected on the basis of type and use. These crops should be grown in rotation in order to restore the nutrients removed from the soil. In species of animals, it is important to include animals on the farm. The types of animals that can be reared on the farm are determined by the ecological zone of the farms or their relationship with each other, and also by the type of farm to be established. And in manure or composting, sources of manure should be considered in the planning of the farm. Crop residues should be used to supplement animal feeds. Provision should also be made for the collection of animal droppings. These droppings must be piled and well preserved, occasionally applied to the soil to supplement chemical fertilizers in order to improve soil fertility. In farm buildings, provision should be made for pen houses for the animals. Farm stores are necessary for storage and maintenance of farm tools and equipment. And in erosion, the land counter on which the farm is sited should be considered when planning the farm. If the farm is located on a slope, the crop rows should be planted across the slopes rather than up and down. Also, cover crops should be planted to help reduce erosion. Layout of farm structures. After selecting the site for the farm, the next step is good planning of the farm. First, the land is cleared of all vegetation and tilled. The next procedure is to lay out the farm into rectangular areas or plots for growing different crops, for keeping animals, and for erecting temporary farm buildings and structures. And when laying out a farm structure, we should consider the ease of farm operation, ease of transportation within and outside the farm, the proximity to the market, and proximity to water source. In the ease of farm operation, it is advisable that a farmer should be able to reach any of the structures on his farm quickly. This will contribute to smooth farm operations. Moreover, structures which complement each other must be located not too far from one another in order to reduce travel time between them. For instance, silos, cribs, and stores should be located near the feed mill complex for ease of farm operations. And talking about the ease of transportation within and outside the farm, farms should be serviced by all-season roads that are maintained regularly to permit ease of movement and transportation within and outside the farm. Roads make it possible to reach all parts of the farm easily. Farm roads with well-maintained surfaces and open, well-kept side drains permit steady delivery of inputs to the different structures on the farm. In addition, good farm roads facilitate the quick removal of harvested produce to the farm center and local markets where they are to be sold. Talking about proximity to market, the farm center or marketing office is usually located not far from the entrance to a farm. This ensures proximity to buyers of farm produce. These buyers are able to buy all their needs without having to wander around, especially on a big farm. And in proximity to water supply, a borehole fitted with elevated water storage tanks should be located not far from livestock watering points, poultry houses, residential houses, farm centers, and offices, because this will reduce the cost of pumping water to the different structures on the farm.